The all-new 22 Civic, now on sale at Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
Friday Eve.
That's what I hear.
Yes, it is. We've made it.
If it ain't, just lie to me and tell me it is.
Okay,
welcome
it is.
to Thursday.
Almost. I'm not lying to you.
It's happening. I checked the calendar. Welcome to it, everybody. Welcome to 9 News Now here on WAFB Plus. Every morning for you at 9:15, we kind of do a little bit of that quick synopsis, the headlines for you. And on Thursday, oh, by the way, we'll also continue onto YouTube with a bit of back and forth discussion. Love to have a conversation with you. So if you got anything you want to talk about in particular today, that's what you can do. You can join us on YouTube after we finish here.
Yes.
If you're watching us on YouTube right now, just, stick around.
Please.
Get the questions ready. Get the comments ready.
Please.
Love to have the conversation.
We always do. And really, we want to start out with this. We know that it sounds like Groundhog's Day over and over again, but it's really important because we're going into another day of heat advisories. It doesn't look like it over tower camera, but the reality is this. Yeah, and the blanket's a little bit more of it. You can see not that many friends in Mississippi had this heat advisory, but our friends now all really above us and to the left of us, all dealing with that unbearable heat. 7th day in a row now, Liz. And so when you look at the timing for this, you got the feel-like temperatures of at least 100 degrees, all the way up to 106. Again, that's feel-like from noon until like 6 o'clock and a little bit beyond today. So you got half a dozen hours where you got to feel like out there of 100 degrees. Folks, that's getting up in it, and that's something you got to pay attention to. Obviously, you think you live down here in South Louisiana, you know about dealing with it, but it can catch you off guard pretty quickly. Yeah, and that's going to be the case, really. Anticipate another heat advisory tomorrow, just warning, surprise. And then Saturday, Jeff said, was supposed to be one of the hottest days we've seen this summer. So don't let the heat surprise you. Just know that if you have any outdoor activities, maybe you have a hike plan, just be careful because it's going to be very, very hot this weekend. Beat that heat. Please,
exactly right.
please.
Trying to.
Be careful.
Okay, one of the other things we talked a lot about today as well is the next steps for President Joe Biden and talking about where we are right now with the vaccines. And he's going to be laying out today some new guidelines for federal employees. Yeah, really important here, especially because a lot of the federal government offices have been able to open, as we saw those case counts drop down earlier this year. But now we're dealing with the Delta variant, where we're seeing more cases pop up just with COVID in general. So we're expecting the president to make a major announcement saying federal employees may have to get vaccinated or have to double up on that mask protection before heading into work. And an important note here, he's not saying if you don't get vaccinated, you're going to lose your job. That's not what's happening. That is important. He just says, get vaccinated, and if you show proof with your vaccination card, but if you choose not to, here's what you're going to have to do. You're not getting fired. Here's what you're going to have to do. You are going to have to submit to being tested on a regular basis. You're going to have to double up on that mask. You're going to have to really be physically distanced. You are going to have to restrict your travel. And again, the idea from the president here is, look, the federal government is this country's largest employer. And so the thought here is if the federal government is doing this, maybe then the president is thinking that then rubs off on other employers. That's it. And we're going to see, I anticipate, more of that. Ochsner already coming out and saying that they're requiring exactly that for their employees, their healthcare workers. So we'll see what else comes in line if you hear from the president, and then tomorrow we'll hear from the governor. So, and we should be hearing, of course, numbers from State Health Department today at noon. And of course, it's Thursday, so we'll be getting the vaccination numbers as well. So a lot going on. Federal level, state level, local level. But something else that's going on at all those levels as well. We talked about this morning. We knew this was coming. This deadline was approaching, and Callie Hubbard was talking about this morning, the moratorium on evictions.
Yeah, so this has been extended multiple times now because the status of American housing has been an issue for people who may have lost their jobs, for people who were struggling to make some housing payments. Well, the federal government, Congress came in and said, well, let's extend that moratorium. And so that's finally going to expire this Saturday. So for those of you worrying, well, after Saturday, what am I going to do? August is right around the corner. How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to pay for rent this month? How am I going to pay for my mortgage? So Callie Hubbard was live this morning with the East Baton Rouge Parish Constable's Office to talk about some of the resources that you have here, not only within our parish, but statewide too. So what she's done, what you want to do is go over to WAFB.com right now. You're going to find this story. It's one of the top stories, and we're going to leave it up there because it really does impact a lot of folks. This is how simple it is. Watch. Scroll up. There they are, right here. Literally a couple of links for you that will take you outside of here and let you know some of the resources that you have available, plus a link as well to the Baton Rouge Constable's Office.
information for renters worried about being evicted right now as this weekend approaches and that moratorium ends. But again, all right there, very simple. Just oh, hey, now, if you don't
Getting crazy
fly
on you.
by, but those links are right there waiting for you inside this story. And again, it is one of the top stories at WAFB.com and the 9 News app.
One link I don't see mentioned that is important to mention is LARentHelp.com. That is the statewide program that provides rental assistance on top of these resources. Again, for mortgage help, for renting help, LARentHelp.com is that important, all-important resource. That's money set aside for renters in the state of Louisiana if you're also worried about getting evicted. It's always worth applying. Even if the answer is no, you never know what help could be made available to you.
Right, exactly. Figure it out. Just take that opportunity to figure out what is available to you. Like we always say, the worst is they can say is no.
Right.
And in this case, no means a lot because it could mean you're out of a home. So please use these resources. Take the time to use these resources and figure out what there is available.
There's help available for you.
There is.
Yeah.
Something else going on today. We've been looking forward to this. You know, with all this other crazy going on, it's kind of fun to look forward to this. The Saints training camp, day one of practice for them. They're on the field today. We had fun with this earlier this morning.
We did.
A little painting of the floor to leave. This is the training camp facility, the Ochsner training camp facility there in Metairie.
I wonder what they're drawing. It's cool to see all this stuff.
This is the one.
It's amazing.
I have a announced floor to leave. But you know what you call that? It's the Louisiana banana.
I love that. That's so good.
So
it
Louisiana
really
banana.
is.
It is.
A pair of bananas. How about that?
Louisiana banana getting
That
painted
is
there.
so cool.
So again, day number one for
Yeah.
the Saints practice training camp. Of course, tomorrow the fans will be allowed to show up at day 2 of practice. A lot of questions to still be answered in this, the first season without Drew Brees in seemingly a century, right? He was like the quarterback for 100 years.
know.
So we'll see. There's a lot to get to, but day one of practice today.
Well, it's a big deal, and we're looking forward to that and what
We
comes
are.
out of that. But in the meantime, we're going to keep an eye on the Saints and what happens.
Yeah.
Who's a quarterback?
Right.
Is Michael Thomas going to be ready?
Oh, God.
Probably not. I know it's painful to talk about. I've kind of dug down the rabbit hole.
You went down that hole, did you?
Because I'm curious.
Yeah.
Why, I love Michael Thomas.
Yeah, so who doesn't?
When he's on fire, he's on fire, and he
Right.
does great. So
Right.
why would you wait this long to get that taken
That's the
care
question.
of? But there has to.
That's the
my
question.
suspicions tell
Right.
me there's something more that we don't know. To
So, is there a response from camp guard Mike? I don't know. The response, though, from Coach Sean Payton was a little bit pointed without saying too much. When asked, was there a lack of communication? He's like, nope, I'm just going to leave it right there. But yes, he wishes it would have happened sooner, the surgery on the ankle. What's going to happen now is Mike Thomas is going to miss training camp. He's going to miss games in September, and this is
That's what we've been looking forward to.
This is
We
where we've been
need
headed.
him. Yeah.
And we're kind of thin at wide receiver, certainly when it comes to experience. We'll see.
Lots to keep our eyes on.
Yep, lots.
In the meantime, we are talking kind of about everything. We're living in a world of a little bit of uncertainty, but we're all navigating it together just like we were last year, but we're all figuring this out together, right? There's a lot more that we have, more arsenals in our tool belt this year, this go around with COVID, and so let's talk about it. What do you want to know? What can we try to talk about with you?
What do you want to talk about? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to continue on to YouTube right now. We're going to step off WAFB Plus, so if you're watching this on Fire TV or Roku or Apple TV, thanks for that. First of all, we'll be back again tomorrow, of course, at 9:15.
Yes.
But we're going to jump off right here, continue on to YouTube so we can do the comments.
Yes.
And see if anybody wants to have conversations about whatever you want to talk about. There's a lot going on, so just throw it out there.
Please. That's what this open communication is about.
What? Open
Feels like a
communication?
relationship.
Transparency?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
All of that.
All the good stuff.
That's how this works, Matt.
It's supposed to be how it
Yeah.
works anyway. All right, so goodbye from the Plus.
Yes.
But stay on the tubes.
Yes.
All right, then. All right, fine.
Have a good day.
What are y'all doing in there?
The all-new 22 Civic, now on sale at Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
Ta-da!
Ta-da.
We're
Ta-da
back.
indeed.
Hey, YouTube.
What's
Good
going on?
morning.
So not a lot of folks on right now because
Not just yet.
You know what? They're just maybe some just waking up.
Yes.
Maybe just waking up. Here's the thing. We've been up for a while, but in my little part of the world, a lot of the focus right now is getting ready for school, and it's just a myriad of issues going on now. The back to school stuff is not just normal back to school stuff. It is a return to class with COVID back in mind. It's a lot going on. And then you got the heat going on out there right now, and it's enough to make you dizzy. It really is.
Ooh,
There's
that's
so
a
much.
good way to put it.
You just spin it.
Oh, Chelsea O'Neill. So just to cool off, let's talk about that for a second. Best snowball shacks. So Matt has a good one, but my friend, you got to travel a little bit for this one. But it might be worth it.
This one is personal to me. Like, look, I mean, it's everybody's got their favorite everything to go place, right? From whatever, pick your food. But mine is from my childhood. Spending time with my grandparents in New Orleans. There is a snowball stand in New Orleans. It's on Plum Street. It's actually called Williams Snowballs. I wish we owned it.
I know.
It's Williams Plum Street on Plum Street. It's the Carrollton Claiborne part of the world. If you know New Orleans, you kind of
guide us, take us down I-10 and guide us there.
You jump off the interstate, head down Carrollton, get over Claiborne. So you're going past like Notre Dame Seminary, go across the Carrollton Claiborne intersection. You're going towards the river, kind of like you'd be going to the zoo and Magazine Street, all that. On the left-hand side is going to be, well, it's on the right too, but Plum Street. As you're going down, you hang a left on Plum Street, kind of like you're going back towards Tulane, for those who know the area. It's actually about a half a dozen blocks, or 7 or so blocks from Tulane. It's right there. Little nondescript kind of place. You'll see a little sign that says Williams. It is, that's where I went as a kid. And if I want something epic for my kids, and I've taken them there before on trips to New Orleans, it's one of those places where we learned very early on, you have to bring Tupperware with you.
That good.
It is that good. The shaved ice is perfect. It is like Christmas snow. And they just slather on all the goodness. The menu is ridiculous. But yeah, they give you and they have all the sizes, but you have to put it inside of a Tupperware bucket. Exactly. Because you ain't getting that on Mom and Dad's car. You certainly ain't getting that on Grandma's car. She will kick you out. She'll make you walk back those 7 blocks. So
spoken from
been there, done that. It's a long walk in the summer. But that's my favorite spot. There's a lot of spots around here that are really pretty good. But if I'm dreaming of a snowball, I'm going down there.
Ooh, and thankfully we can actually hear from you. So if you have maybe a nostalgic memory like Matt's in the Williams Street snowball stand, or the Williams snowball stand, let us know. The Louisiana Weekend is actually doing a Battle of the Best Snowball. And we want you to weigh in. You can vote every 8 hours, and we really want to hear from y'all on where you think Baton Rouge, or really anyone within the Capital East region, has the best snowball stand.
It's coming down to the wire here again, and they've got some obviously some select choices because it is from around the immediate area. But I tell you what, it's kind of like crawfish down here, right?
That's a good way.
Nobody does it bad. I mean, truly, nobody does it bad.
True.
Right? But you got your favorites.
Right.
Snowballs in South Louisiana are.
It's hard to mess up.
Thank you. It is. It's hard to mess up. You got your favorites. But you know what? Ain't a whole lot of bad when it comes to snowballs. That's a culture.
Right.
And it's just
ice,
it's good.
Syrup, sugar.
You just don't
cream,
want a bunch of
toppings.
chunky ice.
No.
You know, I mean, it's like
does
chewing
need
on
to
ice
be.
cubes.
That is true. That is true. It needs to be shaved, literally, not like ice nuggets. No
ice nugs.
No ice nugs.
What the heck's
like
ice
Sonic ice nuggets? Great in a cold drink.
Right.
But
cold
not,
drink.
yes.
That's a whole other
cold
Louisiana
drink.
thing.
Yes, it is.
Except a cold drink.
Chelsea O'Neill, you do have to try whenever you leave Ascension, but I'm sure Ascension's got some great snowball places too.
I'm telling you, it's a culture. It's a religious experience. Look, you know how when, in the winter months, when temperature dips below 80 for like the first time, as soon as it's 79, all the fireplaces just start lighting up and the neighborhood just filled with, that's what, the opportunity for that snowball stand to open up for the first time. It is that cultural experience. It's almost a religious experience. Yeah, the snowball stand's open. Hey, thank you. And it's just there's something about it. I got punch cards to like 12 different snowball stands.
You are living the dream.
Well, I got 3 kids, so that's all we feed them now.
That is true.
Sugar.
That is true.
But it is an experience, and for those who are not from here, to have it, this is not just like throwing some, like you said, some ice in a little cone and throwing some. You come down to Louisiana to eat a snowball.
You do it right.
And you do it right. There's not a bad place around here. It's so good.
Now I want a snowball.
I know.
Man.
Who were we talking about earlier? I wanted steak. Jared, steak and eggs.
Steak and eggs,
yeah. He was on steak and eggs.
Apparently, High Neighbor has steak for $6.99 a pound.
What are you doing?
Hi Neighbor. If you'd like to sponsor this, Hi Neighbor.
Hi Neighbor.
Yeah.
So yeah, whenever you leave, wherever you're from, like Ascension Parish. Yeah, try your stuff, but enjoy what you got out there because I know it's gonna be good.
Please. Yeah. We've got somebody else commenting and saying, "Oh, Green Thumb, they grew watermelons this year. I grew watermelons this year. I've never done it, but they're getting ripe now." So this incessant heat has been productive. Well, the incessant rain and this incessant heat must allow for great watermelon growth.
Yeah. And so, I guess it stands to reason that watermelon would need lots of water. I don't know.
But how does
but
it
that makes sense
go
to
up
me.
against heat like
That's
that?
the thing.
Yeah.
How do you get all that water and then not have them burn out?
That's a good question.
We do. That's another thing we do pretty well down here. From like the strawberries, you do pretty well. From the watermelons, you do pretty well. There's a lot of good that comes from Louisiana. You just got to deal with it. Got to get beyond the heat and the continuous soaking that we've had over the last number of months. Although it has been, we've gotten to that summertime pattern recently, like the afternoon shower, that kind of thing. Hasn't been the all-day rains. Man, we're still a bit soggy.
Yes, we are.
Soggy.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Makes for some odd mowing conditions. Makes for some odd outdoor habits. I know a lot of people. I like to see them running, walking outside or on the lakes, in general. But you kind of have to plan your route and your schedule around this weather now because you could be out and about and it just starts storming.
And then all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I kind of my yard has the ruts in it from the mowing, and I mean the rain really has stopped me from running. I used to do about 10, 12 miles a day.
Hot dog.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very impressive. Very impressive.
Not at all.
Like,
what
am I doing with my life?
I haven't run 10 or 12 miles in my lifetime.
I'm sleeping 9, 10. Well, I wish I was sleeping 9, 10 hours a day.
Who the heck
Please,
gets that?
that doesn't happen
Not
on
even
our
my
schedule.
kids get that.
Right, right.
Bike rides, yeah. So hey, you know what? We got some great opportunities to do bike rides around here. You can still do the check out the bikes around here.
That's a great way to get the breeze too while you're riding.
Yes, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Ah!
Whoa.
Hey now, see, look at that. Look what happened.
Subliminal messaging. Snow cones. I think my hair touched it.
Is that what you did?
I think it did. Oh, so we've narrowed it down to 4.
Yeah, we're in the final 4. We are.
Wow.
Tiger Snow, Snowman Snowballs, Heavenly Snowballs, and The Meltdown Snowballs.
Oh, that's a great name.
So,
The Meltdown.
Do you know of anybody down here who calls it a snow cone?
I don't.
That feels like to me like
Snow
like
cone.
an
It sounds
Eastern
foreign.
thing or a Western thing. Look, I spent time all over the country. My
You
formative
really
years were out in
have
the Northeast.
all
I've
corners
I've
of
lived
the
everywhere.
country.
Yeah, snow cone is just not what you do down. It's definitely a snowball. Just like it's not crawdads or crayfish.
No.
It's crawfish. It's just snowballs.
Yeah.
In Louisiana, snowballs.
Snow cones. I just think of something else. I think of the.
It's not.
I almost think of the drumstick ice cream. You know, like actual ice cream.
That's the chunky.
That's what
stuff.
I'm thinking. Yeah.
That's not good. Yeah.
Snow cones.
That's not
Don't
good.
do that.
No, don't do snow
Don't
cones.
do it.
Or crayfish.
Yes.
My kids love that one when they hear somebody on like
Crayfish?
crayfish.
Yeah.
They love it because they love to hate on it. And I'm like, man, you guys.
Outsider.
You guys, exactly right. You guys are so Louisiana. You guys are so
They're
Louisiana.
born and bred. This is home. Yes,
Crayfish.
indeed.
Where are you from?
Yes, indeed.
All right.
I
Put
love
on your
it.
Cajun Reeboks and go find me some shrimp.
Ooh.
So I guess we got snowballs on the brain. Then we're going to do that later on today. Because just be careful with the heat. We've talked a lot about it. It's going to be a hot one out there. Like 6 hours of feel like at 100 degrees or more. So just be careful as you're walking around.
I mean, if you just look at that, that is wildly concerning. Even just letting the dogs out to pee, I'd let them out and it's just stifling. I don't like to rush their business. I really don't. But
they've got to hate it too. Like, look, human, you got a nice air condition.
Yeah.
How come I got to go outside to do the business?
Right.
Well, all right, learn to flush the toilet.
Or some genius out there figure out a way where dogs can use a toilet and you can flush it like a little doggy toilet in the home, built it in the house, in the bathroom.
And seriously, when that happens, we need the video immediately.
Oh my God.
Send it through
yes,
Send it to 9 Reports.
Please, 9reports.com. Send us that because I will pay to see that.
Look, we'll blur out all the business ends of the pupper.
Appropriately.
But yeah, teach your dog how to use the
potty inside.
the flusher.
That's like must-see TV.
I think so.
Yeah.
As opposed to this.
Right. What are we doing?
What is going on?
What are we doing?
All right,
they make dog litter boxes? That's a thing?
Well, I mean, I got a gigantic one for the cat, so I'm sure the dog could get in there.
But how do you train them? I suppose the same way you would train a cat.
Yeah, and
just
that's
training.
the thing. It's easier to train a dog
Wow.
at this point. So I don't.
Chelsea, you've opened up a whole new realm for us.
You gonna get one?
I'm thinking about
There
it.
it is, right
I'm
there.
at least going to Google it.
There
So
it is.
my searches on all the other social medias are probably going to.
Yeah, they'll start popping off.
Right.
I see you're looking
Doggy
for
litter boxes.
pooper boxes.
Yes, and it all started right here.
Right here.
Yeah.
God, we are just
Off the rails.
Off the rails. Thank God. Thank God for that. All right, so all that for you
Yes.
on a Thursday here in South Louisiana.
So one more day to end this very hot week, but thankfully, you know what? We are deep in, I would consider, hurricane season, but we're not talking about that. And that is it. We're knocking on wood. So I will take this heat. I will take this incessant rain over that any day.
I think you're absolutely right. August and September are obviously the months where it really gets going, and so we're about to hit August this weekend. So we'll see, but we'll knock on wood and be very, very thankful for the storms right now.
That's it.
There you go.
Have a great Thursday.
Yeah.
We will see you back here in about 24 hours.
Yes.
Stay cool.
Oh, yeah.
Stay dry.
Hey.
Stay safe.
Like Fonzie?
Oh, yeah, that was good.
that was
yeah.
awful.
The
It was awful.
fonts?
It was
Well,
awful.
well,
Yeah.
we'll work on that. We'll see you later.
Bye, y'all.